Hey guys, I am Miss Dilara, math teacher. Today we will pass a linear function. The graph of linear function is a straight line. There are 4 types of equation of linear function, and the first type is y equals mx plus c, the equation with slope. So let's draw the graph of linear function. So this is a line, straight line. And this point, this is C, y-intercept. The second form is y equals mx. This is line with slope passing through the origin. Third form, this is x equals a. This is a vertical line which is perpendicular to the x-axis and parallel to the y-axis. And this point, this is point A. And fourth one is y equals b. This is horizontal line which is parallel to the x-axis and perpendicular to the y-axis. And this point is point B. Now I want to talk with you about the horizontal and vertical lines. What is this? Horizontal lines have the equation y equals a, where a is the number. And all the vertical lines have the equation x equals b, where b is a number. For example, I want to draw a line y equals 4. First, I draw our axis, y-axis and x-axis. Then, I put the point 4 on the y-axis. For example, is here. Now, I provide the line which is parallel to the x-axis. So, I draw the line y equals 4. The same is with x. For example, I want to draw the line x equals -3. First, I should to draw our axis, y-axis and x-axis. And I put the point -3 on the x-axis, and I provide the line which is parallel to the y-axis. So I draw the graph x equals -3. Now we will talk about the plotting points. For example, I want to plot the point A with coordinates 3 and 4. Remember that the x coordinate is always given first. For this point, for point A, we say that 3 is the x coordinate of A and 4 is the y coordinate of A. So let's draw. First, I put the point 3 on the x-axis. Then I put the point 4 on the y-axis. So here, this is our point A with the coordinates 3 and 4. We'll talk about how to find the distance between 2 points, and for this we have the formula. This is our formula. Now I will show you an example. We have 2 points. First point is point A, 3 and 5. And the second point is point B, 6 and 9. And they want to find the distance between these 2 points. I suppose that 3 is x1, 5 is y1, 6 is x2, and 9 is y2. So I use our formula. Distance is equal to square root x2 minus x1, 6 minus 3 in square, plus y2 minus y1, 9 minus 5 in square. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 in square is 9, plus 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 in square is 16. So 9 plus 16 is 25, and square root of 25 is 5. So the distance between these 2 points is 5. Now we will talk about the midpoint of a line segment. If point M is halfway between points A and B, then M is the midpoint of AB. In general, if point A, x1, y1, point B, x2, y2 are 2 points, then the midpoint M of AB has the coordinates x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is the formula of midpoint of a line segment. For example, I want to find the midpoint of point A, 5 and 4, and point B, 3 and 2. So I suppose that 5 is x1, 4 is y1, 3 is x2, 2 is y2. Now, what is the formula? x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So midpoint is 5 plus 3 divided by 2 and 4 plus 2 divided by 2. So the coordinates of midpoint 5 plus 3 is 8 divided by 2 is 4. And 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So the point M, 4 and 3, this is the midpoint of a line AB. Now we will talk about the gradient. What is the gradient? Gradient of a straight line is a measure of how steep it is. To find the gradient, we should divide the vertical distance, y2 minus y1, by the horizontal distance, x2 minus x1. If our line sloping upwards from left to right, so we have a positive gradient. If our line sloping downwards, so it has a negative gradient. Now, for example, I want to find the gradient of a line that passes through the points A, and B, 4 and 5. We suppose that -3 is x1, 1 is y1, 4 is x2, and 5 is y2. So to find the gradient, we use the formula y2 minus y1, 5 minus 1, divided by x2 minus x1, 5 minus -3. So 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3, is 4 plus 3 is 7. So our gradient is equal to 4 over 7. Now we will talk about the equations of a straight line graphs. The equation of a straight line can be written in the form y equals mx plus c, where m is our gradient and c is our y-intercept. So what means y-intercept? This is the line, this is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. And this is the point where x is equal to 0. For example, find gradient and coordinates of the y-intercept of equation y equals 2x plus 1. In this equation, y equals 2x plus 1, we see that the gradient is equal to 2. M is equal to 2. And the C is equal to 1. What means C? C is our y-intercept. In y-intercept, the coordinate of x is 0. So this is the point 0 and 1. So the coordinate of the y-intercept is 0 and 1, and the gradient is equal to 2. Another one. Find the gradient and coordinates of the y-intercept of 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. First, we should to rearrange the equation in the form y equals mx plus c. Y equals mx plus c. And we have equation 2x plus 3y is equal to 12. We'll put 2x to another side, so we have 3y is equal to negative 2x plus 12. And we divide all this by 3. So y is equal to negative 2x over 3 plus 12 over 3. So our gradient is equal to negative 2 over 3. This is our gradient. And our y-intercept is the point where x is equal to 0, or our c. Our c is equal to 12 over 3 or 4. So y-intercept is the point 0 and 4. Okay guys, now we will talk about how to find the equations of the lines passing through the points. For example, we have 2 points. The first point is A, 3 and 7. And another point is B, 5 and 11. First step, we write the equation of a straight line. The equation of a straight line is y equals mx plus c. Second step is we should to find the gradient between our 2 points. So m is equal to, let's suppose that 3 is x1, 7 is y1, 5 is x2, 11 is y2. So y2 minus y1, 11 minus 7, divided by x2 minus x1, 5 minus 3. 11 minus 7 is 4, 5 minus 3 is 2, so the gradient is equal to 2. Then we substitute our gradient, our points, or point A or B, to this equation, y equals mx plus c, to find c. For example, I substitute the point A. Y, 7, is equal to m2 multiplied by x, 3, plus c. So 7 is equal to 6 plus c, so c is equal to 1. So our equation is equal to y equals 2x plus 1. This is the equation of a straight line. Now we'll talk about the parallel lines. Lines that are parallel have the same gradient. What that means? For example, we have first equation, y equals m1x plus c1. And the second equation, y equals m2x plus c2. So to find that if our if our lines are parallel, m1 should be equal to m2. Okay, now we'll talk about the parallel lines. Lines that are parallel have the same gradient. For example, we have two equations. First one is y equals m1x plus c1, and the second one is m2x plus c2. To find that if our lines are parallel, m1 gradient of the first equation should be equal to the gradient of the second equation. This is a property of the parallel lines. The following lines is parallel to the line 2x plus y equals 5. First, we should to rearrange the equation 2x plus y equals 5 to the form y equals mx plus c. So 2x plus y is equal to 5, and y is equal to negative 2x plus 5. So the gradient of this line is equal to negative 2. Then, to find which of the following lines is parallel to our equation with the gradient negative 2, we should to find the equation with the gradient negative 2. So, the gradient of the first equation, y equals 3 minus 2x. Let's rearrange them. So, y equals negative 2x plus 3. So, the gradient of this equation is equal to negative 2. The second one, x plus y is equal to 5. So, y is equal, we put the x to another side, negative x plus 5. If we don't have any number before the x, that means that there is 1. So, gradient of the second equation is equal to negative 1. Negative 1. And the third equation, y equals 2x plus 6. And the gradient of the third equation is equal to 2. So, we have only one equation with the gradient negative 2. This is the first one. So, the first line is parallel to our line 2x plus y equals 5. Now we will talk about the perpendicular lines. If the gradient of a line is m of the first line, so then the gradient of a perpendicular line is negative 1 over m. The product of the gradient of two perpendicular lines is negative 1. So m multiplied by negative 1 over m is equal to negative 1. So the property of the perpendicular lines is m1 is equal to negative 1 over m2. Find the equation of line B, which is perpendicular to line y equals 5x minus 2 and passes through the point 10 and 4. So, let's find the gradient of the given equation y equals 5x minus 2. So, the gradient of this equation is equal to 5. And we know that the line B is perpendicular to this line. So the gradient of another line will be negative 1 over 5. Then we know that the equation of a straight line y equals mx plus c. Let's put our point y and x, gradient negative 1 over 5, and find c. So y is 4, m is negative 1 over 5, x is 10, and plus c. We simplify them. Here we have 2, here 1. So 4 is equal to negative 2 plus c. So c is equal to 6. So our equation of line B is y equals negative 1 over 5x plus 6. So guys, that's all that you have to know about this topic, about the topic coordinate geometry. I hope you got this topic and have a good day. Bye.